All right, hello and welcome to the eVenture family channel. So today we are going to be taking a look at the latest Rivian software update, which brings some cool updates to the navigation, some details in pictures from Google Maps with your place options right through the navigation. And then maybe the marquee thing here is that we've now got the ability to customize the ambient lighting inside of our R1S here. And this is the first generation one, so pretty cool that they have brought this as a backward compatible thing now all the way back to the original vehicles. So I'll show you all of the changes here, go through the big highlights, and show off what some of these cool new updates that are all coming as over-the-air updates to Rivian software can bring you. So come along and let's drive.
Let's ride.
All right, so first off, I think that it is amazing that Rivian can deliver all of these new features and functionality of the vehicle through software updates. I mean, it is pretty incredible that a car manufacturer is able to enable a feature like customization of ambient lights years basically after the vehicle was produced, which is just pretty cool and shows some of the forward-thinking capabilities that they have built into these vehicles. So we kind of always knew that there would be capability for at least some different lighting options, because in the past Rivian has done like a Halloween mode where you could change the lighting to orange inside the vehicle, but being able to now like fully customize it with all of these different nature-inspired themes is super cool, and I think just another indication of some of the awesome things that Rivian is doing with software here. All right, so I love that they give you these little like pop-ups here now that show you what the new features are and kind of give you like highlights of stuff. So you can see here software version 2024.31. So main features here are richer navigation experience and nature-inspired themes for your cabin. So if we look at the highlights here, we've got rich Google Maps place details, so you can browse photos of your destination, trailer-friendly options, and much more. And that is with Connect Plus only, so once the trial ends, we would have to pay for that to get it. Then we've also got this ambient lighting now, which is not like fully customizable, but you do have multiple different themes that are all nature-inspired that you can enable now, instead of just having the sort of like whitish yellow one that we have had since we first got the car. So we'll take a look at all of that in a moment here. All right, support for this video comes to you from my great friends at BestEVMod, who make the best accessories that I've been able to find for Rivian and a bunch of other EV manufacturers as well. So I feature quite a few of their products on the channel before, and you'll find a link in the description below for a bunch of their other things, including some additional options for storage space and even tablet and phone holders for the back, which we found to be great for road trips. But today, I'm excited to be checking out their center console safe, which can help keep your valued possessions safe and secure, and also just give you some additional options for storage here, which is a little bit limited in the R1S and R1Ts, especially for a vehicle of this size. So let me show you what this looks like and how the installation works. All right, so here's basically the safe. We've got this lid for it, and then these two side pieces for it that'll secure it in and hold it all together. And as you can see by my MagSafe magnet here, that is real metal. This is, oh my God. This is solid, and I don't imagine anybody really being able to break in through here. So if you've got valued possessions that you want to keep in the car, you will have no problem with this. So basically the way this works is the two sides here slot right in to your center console here. They will sit like that. Then we will put our safe piece on here. And so there's instructions on how to set the code itself. And for now, at least, we've just got the default one of all zeros here. So you can just see, you turn this and open it like that. There's also a key if you want to use that for locking and unlocking it. And we are gonna set this up on here just like this. All right, so we've got these hex nuts that are just gonna screw onto the little bolts that are in here to attach the top to the sides here. And then we've got a little hex wrench that we can use to tighten and get those fully secured. All right, and then once we've got that in, you can see that is nice and secured. We've also got this little punch here and screwdriver where we can actually drill this into the side of the console here so that it will not go anywhere. And that is the best option for keeping this secure, because otherwise you can sort of, lift it out. All right, so we've got that all set and secure now. So you can see I can close this up, lock it like that, change our dial, and that is going absolutely nowhere. Close it up like that, and no one is the wiser that it's even in there. And if they do go in, they're certainly not getting into this bad boy. All right, so if you are interested in picking up one of these safes or any of the other awesome accessories that you can get from BestEVMod, you'll find the links in my description down below. Make sure to use my codes and those links because it won't cost you anything extra and it'll go quite a long way to help support the channel. All right, so let's look at some of the details here of the changes we've got. So I mentioned we've got navigation improvements. So when you search now, it will use autocomplete with Google Maps details to show you suggestions and give you search results here. It will also show you both the address and the search terms for your search results to give you a little bit more context there. And then when you're on Connect Plus, which is the new subscription feature, and we've all got 60-day trials to it, so we can use it at least for now, and then after this we would have to pay. They have added place details, including photos from Google Maps to points of interest, so that you can kind of explore it in advance. They've also improved the accuracy of traffic data and improved the route color coding, which is good because I've noticed sometimes you end up in traffic and it does not show the route as red at all. They've also integrated trip preferences with the navigation centers to make it easier to find. So this is a nice improvement. I'll show kind of how this works now. It used to be a little bit hard to find some of these trip routing preferences, like which charging networks you wanted to prefer, what arrival state of charge you wanted to target, and things like that. You could only do that like at one point kind of in setting up your route. Now you can do it at any point. And then they've made route previews available while you're changing the preferences to give you like a more real-time idea of it. They've also enhanced the auto mode for the cabin climate, so you have these low, medium, and high settings now. And when you do change the fan speed, the climate system will remain in auto to keep it comfortable without kicking you out of that. And then we've got these color themes for accent lighting. We've also got some bug fixes here for Apple Music. We've got a bug fix for Audible, where there would be like an overlap of audiobooks and podcasts in the home screen. We can now set a lower limit for pet comfort temperature all the way down to 63 degrees Fahrenheit or 17 degrees Celsius. And this can be done both in the center display and in the Rivian mobile app. And that's a nice one. Like, we've been using pet mode a bunch on our big road trip where we took Hershey with us. And so being able to set an even cooler temperature, especially like in the summer here, would be great. You can use your phone's Wi-Fi hotspot for internet connectivity. And a bunch of other things here, like improving the support for special characters in the wireless network names for Wi-Fi connectivity, which is good because on iPhone, at least the default is like your name '*S's phone, and that was causing problems before, and that's been fixed now. We've got some improvements here for lighting with the camping app, improving reliability for Gear Guard because some people had reported that they were having issues with the stability of that and stuff not loading and saving correctly. Car wash mode can now stay on even after the vehicle sleeps. So if you're doing a long car wash that extends beyond like the timeout period for the vehicle, this will now stay on and it won't start like allowing you to open doors or charge ports or anything while you're washing the car, which is good. And then fix an issue with differences in the display between the center and driver displays on charging rates. Improve like sort of the rendering here for the driver display of your vehicle, you see over here. And a couple of other like little, bug fixes and stuff. All right, so let's actually go through the key highlights and new features here. All right, so starting off with our navigation improvements. So you can see now, if I were to go to somewhere like, let's do Acadia. Okay, so you can see there's the coffee place that we went to a couple times while there, even our hotel while we were staying there, and the national park itself. So let's take a look at this coffee shop. So you see now I get, the rating here, which is a 4.8 on Google Maps with 624 reviews, time and opening hours. I have the ability to still save it and call and report issues with this, like if it's inaccurate or something, like I did before. And then I can even see some details here, like they have takeout, they allow dogs, it's dine-in, just some of these other like categories and stuff from Google Maps. And if I go here, I can even see pictures from it. And so You can see I can't like actually make these bigger at all, but it does give you a good idea, like just sort of you know, what the place looks like, and to, you know, help make sure I'm going to the right place. So that's really cool. And then it also gives me like this real-time routing to it right away, telling me, you know, where I need to stop and how long and everything. And then you see I now have this setting menu here where I can customize my preferred arrival range, which you used to have to like put this in first and then you could set it. And you can see like as I change this here, it's going to instantly update it and set a new route plan for me. Might be a little bit slow in my driveway here. Yeah, there we go. So now it just gave me some additional charging stops. And I'll go back to 10% and leave it there. And I can even set like the preferred networks and stuff from here. So that's nice to have there. And I can also do that like once I've actually picked where I'm going. So I think in here now, yep. In here now, I'll also have the same, you know, settings, which was hard to find before. I never got it right and found it very hard to like get to that that spot before. All right, so going into the climate settings here, I now have these different auto modes. So you can see now I'm on auto, it goes to medium. I can change this down to low or to high. In general, I usually find medium pretty good in here. Like the default works fine, but it's nice that you can, you know, crank this down a little bit while still staying on auto if you prefer that. And then here in pet mode, turn this on like I've always been able to do. And you can see now, if I go in here, I can go all the way down to 63 degrees, all the way up to 74. It's kind of interesting to let you go further, but anyway, that might be a little thing they can fix in the future where it doesn't allow you to actually like click higher than it, and then like reset it to it. But yeah, 74 to 63, it's a pretty good range. All right, we don't need that on. So yeah, little improvements there as well, which is nice. And then last here in this displays and lighting, I now have this option here for the accent lighting. So let me show you that in a little bit more dark to make it a little easier to see. All right, so we've got a little bit darker atmosphere here now. Let's check out our different ambient lighting modes. So, or accent lighting as they call. So our default here is desert snow. And now each of these comes with like a little sound clip, basically. It's supposed to give you like some ambience and atmosphere that goes along with it. If you don't like it, you're never going to hear it again after you go through like the customization here. I guess you can also mute it that way if you don't want to be hearing it. But I just think some of them are kind of cool. So here, I'll give you an idea of each one as we go through here. Yeah, for me, I kind of like this one. This one? Yeah, this Forest Valley. No surprise, based off of the interior and exterior color options here of our Forest Edge Green and Forest Interior. But I think that looks great, especially with the interior color here, the green, or this one also. Oops. This one also, Alpine Lake, is pretty nice and like soothing. Yeah, I like all of these. I like kind of the cool colors rather than the warm ones, I think. But yeah, I have to play around a little bit more with this in the dark and see what we think, but that seems pretty cool to me. All right, so of all of these, which one is your favorite, both in terms of the light, the name, and the sounds that go with it? Let me know down in the comments below what your choice would be. All right, yeah, so that is the latest update here from Rivian, and I think that it is awesome that they've had this like really great pace lately of software updates, especially over this summer. We had a little bit of a lull right back at the beginning of the summer where we went, I think it was almost 2 months without a big update, but then in rapid succession here we've got, you know, things like this totally new UI with like the cell shading stuff that you'd see here, here. You know, and like the ability to move this around and play with it and everything. And then we also got things like the, I guess because I'm not in Drive, it's not showing, but being able to show the blind spot camera while you are merging, some like Driver Plus improvements as well. And oh yeah, and of course we got all of these new media options just last month. It feels like it was only a couple of weeks ago where we got Apple Music and Audible and Atmos, which I've been absolutely loving in here. So, I mean, you know, just in the last couple of months, we've got some major improvements to features and functionality in here. And I honestly think at this point, Rivian is doing the best on delivering updates through over-the-air software updates, bar none. They're doing better than Tesla's doing right now. Tesla did great like toward the beginning, but the pace of that has slowed down a lot, and most of the things I don't find all that useful. Whereas in here, they've been awesome. And really nobody else is like doing it at the same, you know, cadence and with like some of these big improvements like Rivian is doing right now. So huge kudos to their software team and, you know, getting stuff out in a rapid pace while still keeping the quality high on this. All right, well, with that, let me know below, what do you think of some of these new features? Like, is this a big enough one that you'd be excited for? I'm personally pretty excited for the ambient lighting stuff, but I also probably will set it once and then kind of forget about it. We don't tend to drive at night all that much. But I think that's pretty cool. And like some of those little improvements just in the navigation and with the Google Maps stuff will certainly come in handy on our trips. So I'm pretty psyched about it, but is this a big enough one for you? Or do you think they should just like hold them together more and put out some like big feature updates on a slower cadence? Personally, I'd rather they just like deliver stuff rapidly and as soon as it's ready. And all of this, you know, I think comes with a big caveat of like, we're expecting this big update to come soon too with media playback with Google Cast streaming for YouTube and other apps. So I'm so excited for that and hope that's next month's update, but that would be a pretty big one as well. So who knows, but that is definitely supposed to be coming this year. So let me know what you think about all of that down below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe and ring that bell for other electric vehicle news, reviews, and drives. With that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you out there on the road.